Hey! Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, talking about that Rust console edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And today we're talking about military tunnels, cargo ship, and power surge. And hey, where are they at? What's going on with them? We heard some news about some of these things, and other things we kind of wonder maybe why they're not in. So we're going to try to shed all the information, or shed some light on all the information that we have for all three of these bad boys. Okay, so right off the rip, we're going to talk about military tunnels. Like my parking job? Okay, so here's the deal. We know, and again, this isn't like condemning this to like not coming in. I'm just kind of letting you know that it's not currently being worked on. We did pull this from the 11 Discord. Somebody asked, hey, where the military tunnels at? And he says, Jay from 11 says, I don't think the tunnels have been worked on. Now, what that means is, I know they've tested it for a fact, but I know it ran into some blockers. And until those can be resolved, and those are memory issues, that won't be a thing until then. And I do know that caves and military tunnels are linked because they're based off of the same type of terrain cut. Let me see if I can do this. Let me go ahead. So if you look, the worlds are separated into different categories. And right now I have just the terrain on. And caves and military tunnels base off of making cuts in the terrain, and I do know that operation is too memory intensive, most likely for the core systems, and that's why those don't exist currently for us. And caves and military tunnels do use that particular setup, and that's why we don't see those as of yet. So basically what I'm saying is, when you see caves, information about caves or military tunnels, either one, you know they're going to come in together because they're based off of the same idea. And again, military tunnels is another great red card monument. So until those are resolved, or until we have a separate branch for maybe the next gen systems, this won't be a thing until they make that, until they get past that blocker, if that makes sense. Game blocker, if that, yeah, okay. So on to the next piece here. So it's worth mentioning, power surge has come up many times. I know, and we're currently sitting in April 2022, and we do know, as far as PTB is concerned, we're only going to see fishing type things until the 28th. Hopefully things get pushed to main branch. We were hoping that we'd see transportation, things like horses, or things like power surge, hopefully in this month. But we did get fishing, so we know currently, as of recording this in PTB, there is just fishing. There could very well be the fishing village that comes with it. We're kind of hoping that maybe we hear or see something around May about power surge. That would be great. I know it ran into a few issues. If we tab back to the actual, this post happened May 14th, 2021. This was right after the beta was ending. They talked specifically about all the different things that they want to bring in, and one of the things they talked about was electricity, or power surge as they call it. And if you look here in the post, a lot of things here came to fruition. And we know that power surge, and through them telling us that it's going to be such a big update, we'll most likely hear and see things well ahead of time. It's not just going to pop in on us. And we do know there were some hangups, but as far as we know, it's still moving forward. And I'm hoping that either, like I said, we hear or see something in May. That would be great to at least have an update on it, like maybe where the hangups are at. But it involves so much, that as far as items, server-side, client-side stuff, so we're just fingers crossed that this actually happens relatively soon, or we get the info. So power surge is looming. I know a lot of work has already been done with it, and it's really going to stop a lot of that turret spam that's been happening, and put it into a more balanced type game loop, and it's going to help out us solos quite a bit, and also smaller groups. And it's not saying you can't put a lot of turrets down. It just means you're going to have a bigger footprint to do so. And also, I want to say, Power Surge does tie in very heavily to Farming 2.0, to the tea table. Is it the mixing table? Mixing table? To make teas, the cloning, all that farming stuff, those back-end systems share a lot of the same systems as the electricity does. So we're not going to see things like that until these things are in the game itself. So what is it? The water pumps, all that different stuff, the purification system, the sprinklers, they're basically share a lot of the same systems as the electricity, so we're not going to see those things. So that's one of the things that are hung up. And we won't see things like, if we did have the option of cars, we're not going to see that until we have electricity, because the lift is powered by electricity. So we do know that that's kind of looming. We don't have like a solid date on that. We just know a lot of work has been done. And we do know it's almost the anniversary of them announcing it. So we're kind of hoping we'll see or hear something. You know what I mean? So yeah, that one's been looming for a minute. So basically, to be announced, TBA. And as soon as we find out more information, we'll definitely let you guys know. We're definitely going to be posting some more stuff on like Power Surge, just so you guys are getting familiar with it, because I think it's only a matter of time. I know we're going to get it this year at some point. It's just a matter of when. So anyways, that's Power Surge, basically TBA. On to the next piece here, cargo ships, which I thought was interesting, because if you look at this list again, the original list before this all came out, if you look through this, we got a lot of this stuff. We got the building blocks, we got the tech tree, we got oil rig, we got water treatment plant, supermercado, all that stuff, right? And there's only a handful of things that we didn't get. Horses, cargo ship, and what was the other one? Horses, cargo ship, and I missed it. Oh yeah, electricity, duh. So those are the ones left over. So you gotta ask yourself, I mean, cargo ship, maybe they were doing more work on it, because it was a big surprise when they did bring an oil rig in PTB last year, and then it came in full for us in 2022 at the front half of the year. So I thought it was pretty exciting. So, you know, you got to ask yourself, you're like, is this close? I don't know. Like, again, I haven't seen much on this. They've kind of briefly commented on it, and I know they've done some work on it, but it's hard to tell beyond that. But I do know, if we go out here and use our admin powers, this is a beefy boy. This is basically a moving oil rig. Let me see if I got this. Is this, wait, there we go. There's one. And it's got a red card type stuff where you can do, well, not red card, it's got a crate on board. And, you know, it's a great event, but it is a moving level, so there's a lot of pieces to this. You have the entities on top. But I guess if this runs well enough on the outside of the map and it doesn't get close to the shore like this guy is, I think it's possible. You know, I was kind of amazed that Oil Rig was able to fit in the game, especially for core systems. I'm not amazed that it, you know, for the next gens or even the pro systems, those systems can handle it. It's the core systems that have the real limitation, and honestly, that's our lowest common denominator. So, I would say it's more likely for us to see horses or Power Surge. It could be a surprise if we do see this. But who knows, right? I mean, they did fit an Oil Rig, which is nothing short of amazing. And the fact that it's running on the core system. So I would have to say, cargo ship, 50-50, right? Like, we don't actually know where that's sitting currently, so we're going to have to just wait and see. So I would really say the biggest thing out of this list, since we know this has reached a blocker and cargo ships is a big mystery, I have to say Power Surge is more likely out of these three, and we'll have to wait for more information for military tunnels and cargo ship itself. And, you know, who knows? Maybe we get the horses, and I'm really hoping that our big wipe, our big update on the 28th of April is good. We have the fishing village, and we have fishing put in, and it goes to main branch, which means PTB is open for the next cycle, and I'm hoping it's one of these big ticket items. And at least, yeah, if we get a roadmap, that would be great. Like, at least we can kind of pin down these things and set our expectations, because I know we're all really excited for this stuff. Rust is a great game, and when these things get added, it just makes it even better. So that's where they stand right now. That's what we got. Like I said, we'll let you know as soon as we know anything else about any of these bad boys. If you found it useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like. It really does help out a lot. And if you're into it, consider drop that subscribe and turning on that notification bell. Also, with custom servers, when those do hit, which I guess there's a likelihood that could float in here in the next month or two to main branch, we will be running. So whenever this happens, whether it happens now or later, we'll be doing custom servers, so you don't even have to buy one. We're going to run at least two. One's going to be a bi-weekly. The other one's going to be an event-based server. And we're going to be running all kinds of things live stream on there. You know, running like, what did we do? What did we call it last year? It was like the arena server where we go in and PvP. We'll do that live on stream. We'll make these giant like structures for we can have like battles and stuff. It's super fun. We did it on PC. We're going to do the same thing for the console edition. It's going to be a blast. So look out for that. Another reason to subscribe and turn that notification bell. And again, we'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye!